Scorpio Soul Time. I'm Ronique, and I appreciate you joining me here on my YouTube channel. Every lunation cycle, you and I get together and discuss what is going on up in the heavens. Everything that is going on in the heavens affects us directly here on Earth. And it's an exciting time because we are ending 2021 and entering a new calendar year, 2022. Happy New Year to everyone. It's also an exciting time because we are coming into some really interesting energy as we enter into January of 2022. In this video, we're actually going to talk about the new moon in Capricorn because it actually is right at the start of the month, the start of the year on January 2nd. And then we're also going to talk about the month ahead. So I want you to take a look at the screen that was at the very beginning of this video. And I have outlined all the important dates in the astrology so that you can follow along and you can come back to this video throughout the month and be able to see how the energies are working out with you. And then we also have, like I said, we have that new moon that occurs on January 2nd, and then later on in the month we will have the full moon in Cancer that occurs on January 17th. For each of you, I would like you to look at your sun, moon, and your rising signs to see how this information plays out for you. I invite you to listen to the very beginning of each video to make sure that you understand not only the astrology, but for each of you, you know, the tarot cards will speak to you differently depending on your sign, depending on what type of life changes you're going through. So I do invite you not to skip over this very beginning part. Okay, so let's get right into it. So we open up the month of January with a new moon, and it's actually a supermoon in Capricorn on January 2nd, 2022. It already sounds weird saying 2022. It's going to take me a few weeks to get used to that, but we have this new moon occurring here in Capricorn. So we have the sun and the moon sitting in Capricorn at 1:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is at 12 degrees and 19 minutes of Capricorn. Now, I want you to look back on Scorpio Soul Time in the playlist under probably astrology, or there might be one, the tarot and astrology playlist, to see all of the different lunation cycles that we've gone through, the new moon and full moon videos. If you look back at the, let's see, June 24th, when we had that full moon in Capricorn of 2021, that's going to give you a lot of insight into where you are closing up things, what illuminating topics came up and themes came up for you. Capricorn is an earth energy and represents your physical goals, your ambitions in the world, but also your responsibilities in your daily life. So at this time, this is a new moon, so you might be planting new seeds around your career, around your work, new goals. It is not a coincidence that Capricorn starts at the beginning of the year when we're all making New Year's resolutions. So this is a really good energy to figure out what it is that you want to start anew, and especially around anything in the physical world. Now, also at that new moon, we actually have 4 planets in Capricorn at this time. So it's really going to be a lot of rules, regulations. You're going to hear a lot of this, especially dealing with the pandemic, with the government, with rules and regulations, maybe around your workplace, around, and not just health. It could also deal with money. It can deal with like your tangible resources. And especially since Venus is also in retrograde at this time, don't be surprised if you're hearing more about health. You're hearing more about people trying to maybe regulate further than, you know, what you would like them to, whether it's at your job, it's in your community, it's your local government, it's your federal government. So don't be surprised if those themes continue throughout 2022, and especially in this January time. We also have Pluto and we have Venus, like I said, in Capricorn at this time. So we might have a lot of similar themes come up as when we were in January of 2021. For those of you who are in the US, remember that was when we were having, we were still trying to figure out who was going to be president. We still had all of that stuff going around with the vaccine, but we also had just like a lot of energy coming from that 2020 time. So don't be surprised if those same themes come up for you here in 2022. Also, on January 1st, I don't want to forget that the sun actually trines Uranus here. The sun up here in Capricorn will trine Uranus that is in Taurus. So another important insight at this time is Taurus and Scorpio are now the axis of the lunar nodes. So this is going to be really important as we move through 2022, because we have left the Gemini and Sagittarius axis and we are now into Taurus and Scorpio, which is also going to be around other people's money, your resources. So that's going to be a big theme over these next 18 months. I also pulled this Moonology card for the new moon in Capricorn, saying your hard work is paying off. And I think this is really important for each of us to figure out, where is it that our hard work in the past of 2021 was really helpful for us, but now as we move into this new year, what is it that we are ready to move forward on? What new seeds are we ready to plant, so that when we get to that full moon in Capricorn in June of 2022, we're able to look back and see what these last 6 months of seeds being planted, what has sprouted, what is, ready to harvest, etc. Okay, so like I said, check those dates on the very first screen of this video so you can see what all the lunation cycles are. All of the lunation cycles, but all of the important astrology dates. And I will see you back here with your sun, moon, and rising signs. Hey Capricorn, we're going to start off with you all, and we are actually going to pull a Moonology card, which is going to basically tell us the cycle of what is important for you over this entire calendar year for 2022. Obviously, this new moon occurs directly in your sign, so that already is signifying that you all will probably have some important information come out for you all, or possibly planting seeds around your work or your job or your career. So let's see what I pull for you all for 2022. So you actually have here new moon in Aquarius, bring love into the situation. So for you all Capricorn, throughout 2022, this is going to be a really important theme for you all. Bringing love into the situation, possibly looking over your romantic life, but also just your family, your friends, your colleagues, and even yourself. Just how can you bring more lightheartedness and happiness to your world? I think this is going to be really important for you all here in 2022. Okay, so that's going to be your kind of theme for 2022. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do things a little differently here for this new moon in Capricorn. We're going to do a past, present, and future. The past is actually going to represent 2021. The present is going to relate to where we are right now at this new moon in Capricorn. And then the future will represent the year ahead of 2022. Okay, you got a lot of cards trying to come out, Capricorn, so probably have a lot of energy going on. So what is the message here for our Capricorn? Okay, so for the past in 2021, we have 10 of Swords. Always a good card to see in the past. You are moving away from something that could have been heavy, especially weighing on your mind. Good to see you're leaving that back in 2021. In the present, you have the Queen of Cups in reverse, so possibly trying to get some kind of emotional help from someone that you've just not been able to get. Or this could be a motherly figure or someone around you who has been maybe trying to offer you emotional support. And for the rest of 2022, we have the Six of Wands in reverse. So Capricorn, it definitely looks like something heavy from the past you've let go of, and you are now ready to full steam ahead. This could be something dealing with a mental state you were in. Maybe 2021 was very heavy for you, especially with this bring love into the situation and new moon in Aquarius. I'm getting this energy of maybe you were trying to do things in 2021 that seemed very hard or seemed like it was extremely mentally draining. And especially with Aquarius being an air sign, I'm getting a lot of like you just had an emotionally draining year of 2021. And this Ten of Swords is signifying like it's all in the past, it's time to start anew. And especially with this being your new moon in Capricorn, like this is your new moon for this year. So definitely use that energy to move away from in this month. With the Queen of Cups in the present, I'm sensing that this is a person possibly around you and not necessarily you. If you've had a mother figure, an aunt, maybe a female colleague that's needed maybe some emotional help, or you've been trying to emotionally help them. There is this feeling of you needing to nurture someone, possibly going back to this bring love into the situation. Maybe someone needs some healing around you. And if this is you, take the time to maybe gather maybe some me time for this month, especially coming off of the holidays, Capricorn. You know, January can always be kind of like this month that some people get kind of down because, you know, it's not quite as exciting as December was with all of the hoopla, but at the same time, there could be a little bit of angst or just like a little sadness around this month. I do think that this is going to be an emotionally uplifting time if you make it so. So I do think that you need to remember to keep love into the situation to help you not get into a funk. And then for the Six of Wands for the future, which I'm seeing for the rest of 2022, there is this theme I'm feeling of there are rewards to be had, or rewards are coming to you, but you're going to have to be patient, especially with it being in reverse. It's almost this fire card of possibly in the springtime when we get to that Aries energy, which is wands. There could be something forthcoming that you've been waiting for, or you've been, you're almost like getting little glimpses of little pieces. Maybe it's from work, maybe it's from some kind of project you've been doing that you're going to get accolades regarding, but it's going to be slow in the process. I don't think it's all going to happen at once, but I am feeling that 2022 is going to be this year of possibly getting like these little spurts of congratulatory notes, whether it's from your boss, whether it's from a colleague. This could also be something dealing with this emotional help that you needed or someone else needed in the present. I think 2022 is going to be really positive for you, Capricorn. I would use this new moon period to plant your seeds. Watch your sun, moon, and rising sign videos and just see how this energy is going to play out for you. And then check out those dates throughout January. I think it'll be interesting to see how the sun trining Uranus at the beginning of the month, and then once we get into the sun moving into Aquarius on January 19th, that could really be when that bring love into the situation helps you out. Okay, Capricorn, have a great 2022.